Starting your copy with the headline. The headline of a sales copy is, perhaps, the most important part of the whole piece. It is what grabs the reader's attention and gets them to read the rest of the copy. It is the first thing they see and can be the key to the whole copy. It is essential for every copywriter to fully understand what it takes to write a good headline. It is also important for a copywriter to understand why it is so important. It should be so compelling that it makes the reader want to read more. It serves the purpose of drawing in the reader and piquing their interest. Everyone has heard that first impressions are very important. You should think of your headline as the first impression you give off about your business and your product. You want that first impression to be compelling, interesting, and intriguing. You want the reader to be impressed. You want them to want more. Your headline should do three things. It should grab attention, communicate a message, and entice the reader to read on. There are many different ways to write a headline. In fact, there are 8 main ways to write a headline. You can use any of these ways that works for what you are trying to sell. The first type of headline is a direct headline. This type of headline is blunt and to the point. The reader should clearly know what is being sold and what the great offer is just by reading it. The second type of headline is an indirect headline. Unlike a direct headline, this type of headline uses a subtle manner. Its main goal is to make the reader curious so they feel they must read more. Commonly, indirect headlines use words with double meanings. The third type of headline is a news headline. This type of headline is an announcement. It is something newsworthy. The idea is to be compelling. The fourth type of headline is a how-to headline. This type of headline is very popular. It works very well at selling almost anything. Basically, it starts with the words how to and goes from there. The fifth type of headline is a question headline. It asks a question that is something a reader will want to find the answer to. The sixth type of headline is the command headline. This type of headline basically tells the reader to do something. The trick to this type of headline is to use strong words that will trigger action in the reader. The seventh type of headline is the reason why headline. This type of headline does not need to have the words reason why, but will usually contain a number. It is going to highlight a certain number of things the reader will learn if they read on. For example, 5 ways to lose belly fat. The eighth type of headline is the testimonial headline. The testimonial headline is just like it sounds. You take something someone has said about your product and turn it into a headline. Once you figure out what style of headline you want to use, then it is time to get writing. You have to make sure it is clear and well written. No matter what style you choose, you have to use strong words and make sure your point is getting across. Your headline has to have the following characteristics. It must offer something useful to the reader. It has to make the reader feel as if they must read more. It has to include something that tells the main point of the copy. It should be specific. It is also important to not get carried away with a headline. If a headline is too wordy, then a reader may avoid reading it at all. In general, headlines should stick to a maximum of 8 words. It is so important to the success of copywriting that you should plan on spending as much time writing it as you do writing the rest of the copy. The biggest mistake a copywriter can make is to simply throw together a headline. Good headlines require work. You should be very dedicated to writing your headline. It is, after all, going to be almost as important as the rest of your copy. It makes no sense to write a great copy and have a terrible headline, because the chances of your readers reading the rest of the copy are slim to none if your headline doesn't reel them in.